Welcome to Real Life Stories. I'm reading chapter 59 out of the Real Life Stories book. The title of this is I Cried. I cried. I was one that hardly ever cried, but I cried that day and my life was changed forever. When I was attending a Baptist church many years ago, I answered the altar call and was saved. But I did not do so because I was a sinner. I did not even know that I was a sinner. Sinners were so obvious: murderers, adulterers, fornicators, thieves, abusers of women and children, and I knew I was definitely not in that category. If I did not know what I was being saved from, how could I possibly know what I was being saved for? Why then did I go forward? I really didn't know. The sermon that day, while it may have been informative, was not compelling, and there was no sense of urgency in the altar call. Yet there I was all by myself standing at the altar. One thing I did know was that my life was changed that day. I was one who rarely cried, but I cried that day. The further genuineness of that experience proved itself a few days later, when I suddenly discovered that my manner of speaking had gone through a tremendous change. All the expletives were just gone. Trading, did you hear the one about, stories were just gone. I no longer wanted to smoke, and I had joy. I still did not consider myself a sinner. I just wasn't one of them. No one could have convinced me that I was a sinner. The good news is that God did. He very gently led me into a new realm of thinking and reasoning. Things that I never would have considered wrong were revealed to me, as he showed me that sin compromises so much more than what my version of sin had been. He showed me in such a way that there was no room for contradiction or rationalization, yet always in a non-condemning way. So now I knew what I was being saved from, but I had yet to learn what I was being saved for. I knew nothing about serving or servanthood. They were just not a part of my thought process. Oh, I had heard the words about serving and servanthood, and I had even sung about them, but I did not know them, and there's a big difference. Again, God in his mercy and through the preaching of the pastor began to show me what it means to serve, and in so doing showed me what I was being saved for. I now know why I went forward that day many years ago. It was because God had pity on me. He knew how unaware I was of my true condition, and he knew I needed him. It was all because of his mercy and grace. Today I stand in appreciation for all he's done for me, and I know that he is not through with me yet. I fail often in my longing to lead a consistent Christian life, but I know he will come through for me. He's the same yesterday, today, and forever. Without him, my life would be empty. With him, my life is overflowing. Now, this is written by Ruby. How precious. Thank you, Ruby.